What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I'm going to be once again going over who I want the Miami Dolphins 53-man roster to look like. Going into this third preseason game against the Buccaneers. We've had some injuries. We've made some roster changes that I haven't talked about. We released running back Savon Ahmed. We picked up two running backs, Anthony McFarland and Xander Horvath, I think is how you say it. We put Willie Snead on IR and signed a receiver as well. We also put Zeke Vandenberg on IR and picked up DaQuan Jackson. So those are just some moves that we made that I haven't actually talked about in video format. So anyway, now I'm going to go into the positions and everything like that, like I have been. So obviously, quarterback, I've been kind of vocal about this. I really only want to keep two of these guys because there's a lot of position battles. Wide receiver, corner, those are all stacked positions, and we're going to need more of those guys. So I only want to keep Mike White or Skylar Thompson. And to me, I want them to fight it out in this last preseason game. Ideally, I would like Mike White to get the first half. I don't want to see Tua play at all. I want to see Mike White get the first half against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then Skylar get the second, because the first two games, Skylar Thompson has played with more of the starters than Mike White has, so I kind of want Mike White to get that fair shake. And then we'll go from there, and I would like to only keep one. And like I said, this isn't necessarily a prediction of what I think will happen. It's what I would like to happen. Running back, Raheem Mostert, Von Achan, Jalen Wright, I think those are locked up. And I think we only really have room for one more. Most likely, Jeff Wilson. Chris Brooks did get hurt, so we'll have to see with that. So Chris Brooks will probably be an odd man out. We do have Anthony McFarland and Xander Horvath. I don't see them making the team. Maybe practice squad. We'll see. Alec Ingold, obviously. Our only fullback, really good player. Absolutely keeping him. Wide receiver, I think Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Odell, Malik Washington. I think those four are locked up. But I want two more receivers, and I think we have two spots available. I think Eric Ezukanma has had a really good preseason so far, so I would like him to probably be one, and then River Craycraft or Braxton Berrios for that last spot. I'm kind of torn because I think River Craycraft is the better overall receiver, but Braxton Berrios does give us the value in the return game, and I think kick return is going to be more of a thing this year with the new kickoff rules, so I'm not sure. None of these guys, I think, are really making it. Braylon Sanders, Carrick McCowan, I don't think any of these guys are really impressing me here. So not a whole lot to talk about there. Tight end room, yeah, Jonnu Smith, Durham Smythe, Julian Hill. Tanner Conner has had a good preseason, but I don't think we really have room. But either way, yeah, like I said, I only really see three tight ends here. As far as offensive line goes, again, I want to keep 9. Teron Armstead, Austin Jackson, Aaron Brewer, Isaiah Wynn, Robert Jones, those are our starters, so those guys are going to stay. Patrick Paul, obviously we just drafted. He ain't going anywhere. Kendall Lamb, really good tackle. Liam Eichenberg can play all the offensive line positions as a backup. So he's not going anywhere. And again, lastly, I think we got Jack Driscoll and Lester Cotton fighting for that 9th spot. I think Keon Smith and Sean Harlow were playing some decent football, but they both got hurt. And by the way, I don't think I explained it in the beginning of the video. The names in black are guys I want to make the team. The guys in green are guys that I think are fighting for those last spots. The red are people I'm wanting to release, and purple are people that are on IR. So that's just kind of that. So yeah, Ryan Hayes, Matthew Jones. I think some of them. Ryan Hayes and Matthew Jones, especially Matthew Jones, has had some decent preseasons, but I don't really want him making the 53. Matthew Jones would be a decent practice squad guy, possibly. But as far as Jack Driscoll and Lester Cotton goes, I'm kind of torn. Because Jack Driscoll has position versatility. He's played guard, he's played center for us, he's played tackle before at the NFL level. So the position versatility is nice, but I think Lester Cotton is a better guard than Jack Driscoll is as an overall football player. So I'm torn. It's position versatility versus the better player at one position. So I don't know. And Lester Cotton pretty much specifically plays right guard. That's pretty much all he does. So I'm not sure. Moving on to edge. Not a whole lot has changed in this regard. Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb. I mean, we're waiting for them to get fully healthy. Jalen Phillips is off the physically unable to perform list, so hopefully he'll be able to play week 1. We'll see how many snaps he has. Bradley Chubb, we're going to be waiting on. Agba, that's going to add the veteran presence. Obviously, Chop Robinson and Mo Kamara. Mo Kamara, I think, has actually had a pretty okay preseason. Not great. Chop Robinson hasn't done a ton. He's had a couple splash plays where he just got to show the athleticism. Cameron Good, we haven't really seen. Grayson Murphy and Cam Brown both got hurt, unfortunately. David and Wyatt Ray, they didn't really do a whole lot in that last preseason game against Washington. But we'll see if they do any more tonight. My thoughts on the interior defensive line really haven't changed a whole lot. Jonathan Harris might move up a little bit, but I still don't think he really makes this team. Robert Cooper didn't do anything. Gallimore really didn't do anything. Peely, I think, would probably be above Isaiah Mack, but really, I mean, I would like to keep another interior guy, but we're going to need edge so bad. And I think it's important to note that I think Emmanuel Agba could probably play some interior stuff if we really need him to. Bradley Chubb has the size for it too once he comes back. Same with Phillips. But we'll see. Linebacker, I have us keeping 4. Channing Tindall has had a pretty decent preseason. Quentin Bell as well. Curtis Bolton. Like, linebacker is kind of tough. But really, I think it's... Honestly, I don't even want... I'm going to move Duke Riley right now. I don't know. I kind of feel like all these guys should be in green, to be honest with you, to fight for that 4th spot. Like I said, I only have the intention to keep probably 4 linebackers, even though we might need more than that for special teams, but we just have so many positions that are stacked, it makes it really hard. I mean, it really does. Daquan Jackson, who we just signed, I think he's going to be an odd man out. We just needed another body for preseason with Vandenberg hurt. But I think Quentin Bell, I mean, the fact that he plays edge and linebacker helps. Curtis Bolton, he was reading his keys really well. But Channing Tindall, I think you could really use for some like speedy blitz packages. Duke Riley can go. Matter of fact, Duke Riley can absolutely go. The only thing Duke Riley really has going for him is apparently he's a good locker room guy, from what I understand, but still. Corner, I think Jalen Ramsey, Kendall Fuller, Cam Smith, Nick Needham, Kader Kohu, I think those guys are all safe. Interestingly enough, against Washington, Kader Kohu was our starting nickel. We had Kendall Fuller and Cam Smith out there, and we had Kader Kohu in at nickel over Nick Needham, which I think was interesting. Nick Needham, I think, is also safe, though, because he plays corner and safety, and that position versatility is really nice. After that, I really want to keep 2 more of these corners, because our cornerback room is stacked. I think Storm Duck, Ethan Bonner, I think those guys, man, I really want to try to keep both. Isaiah Johnson's had a really good preseason. He's really tall, lanky. And Syrian Neal is a special teams ace. So it's really tough. Like, it's like pulling teeth here. Like, it really is. And ideally, I would have liked to keep a 5th safety like Marcus May. But I just don't think we can. We just drafted Patrick McMorris, and he's had a pretty decent preseason. And I think Elijah Campbell's better than him. So, honestly, I'm thinking Holland and Poyer as our starters, and then Elijah Campbell as our backup free, and Patrick McMorris as our backup strong. And then special teams is special teams because they don't have anybody to fight with it. But again, I would like to bring in a punter because I don't like Jake Bailey. But, anyway, maybe he'll improve and really impress us. Who knows? Being optimistic. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.